the inexplicable, the last unconquered kingdom. Now the time has come to answer the unanswerable, to dance into the abyss, to finally know the mind of God. That's where I come in. I'm Lionel Nimrod, inventor of the interstellar laser ray gun toy, and Mackay off of ABC TV's Star Ark. Come with me now into the swirling mists of human inadequacy. All the world's a stage, or so our primitive ancestors believed. But today, even the mewling, puking schoolboy knows what nonsense that is. The world, a stage? Ha, why, it doesn't even have a curtain. But do we really know any better? This week, me and my team are looking at everything and asking, where does it all come from? Join me, if you dare, in this, my inexplicable world.
Lionel Nimrod's Inexplicable World! And please welcome your explorers of life's mysterious passages.
I'm Stuart Lee. And my name is Richard Herring. The universe. Why was it made so big when surely a scaled down but equally detailed version would have been exactly the same, but smaller, thus leaving space on the edge for a large 8-screen cinema and 10-pin bowling complex? Is our search for a philosophical reason for existing just a way of avoiding the fact that we're only here because of 2 baby shams, a Watney's Party 7 and the reclining front seats of the 1965 Hillman Avenger?
Is time merely a man-made phenomenon invented by the Swiss to sell cuckoo clocks and expensive watches?
Would any of the animal kingdom have existed if the first amoeba had decided it should stay together and see how things worked out despite its differences?
Are men descended from apes, as Darwin says? Or is it, as actor Roddy McDowall believes, that super-intelligent apes are to evolve from men? Make us their slaves and bury the Statue of Liberty in some sand.
And where do babies come from? And why can't we make them stay there so we don't have to look at their crying, dribbling, childish faces?
Since time began, wise people have asked questions not dissimilar to these and tried to understand the universe, plotting the progress of the planets, watching the shifting of the galaxies, and struggling to make groups of stars look like the shapes of farmyard equipment, kitchenware, and Greek people.
But we, the Inexplicable World team, will succeed where these so-called wise people failed, because they wouldn't know the truth if it kept ringing them up and saying, "Hello, it's me here, the truth, remember? Now, are you going to listen or just hang up again like last time?" We'll be pursuing every source available to us: science, philosophy, religion, superstition, hearsay, rumour, gossip and lies.
And we'll be carrying out dangerous and unpredictable live experiments involving highly radioactive materials, large hypodermic needles, and that old woman in the 3rd row who thinks she's here to see the Arthur Askey Bee-Song Hour.
So, let's go!
Where does everything come from?
Space. The black, star-studded shroud enveloping our doomed world. But how was this stinking cloak woven? And from what eldritch cotton? Signor Science would have us believe that the creation of this festering sore of filthy rocks that we call the universe sounded something like this.
But in the early 1920s, before the invention of the Dolby Cinema sound system, scientists could not imagine that any sound could be quite as big as that. Then they believed the universe started like this. So, not with a bang, but a whimper. And then with a sort of cough and the pan lid falling on the floor, rolling around a bit.
1927. 3 more scientists, meeting secretly in an abandoned shack in the swamps of Cardiff, decide that creation sounds like this.
1957. eccentric right-wing one-eyed astronomer Patrick Moore premieres his controversial new hypothesis of the initial sound of creation, the Big Band theory.
Tragically, Patrick Moore never knew how close he came. Just one letter away from the now accepted Big Bang theory.
So now, thanks to the scientists, we know the sound the universe made when it began. They are currently working on a scratch and sniff card to tell us what it might have smelled like. So what else has science got to say for itself?
Well, Richard, right now I'm over here on this side of the studio, inside a giant fiberglass and tungsten replica of the inside of a tiny super-dense particle, tightly packed with matter, magnified to over 20 feet square, yet accurate to a millionth of an inch, and similar in almost every detail to the one which scientists claim exploded, sending atomic particles flying outwards through space. It really is a marvel to behold. So, well done to the children of Class 1-3, Fairlands Middle School Cheddar, and thanks for sending that in.
To see if these scientists are right, I'm going to try and create my own universe above the heads of our audience by exploding something else that is tiny, super dense, and packed with matter. A spa laugh time party popper. So, here goes, the possible creation of a new universe live on Radio 4. Well, it doesn't look like any of the streamers are going to arrange themselves into spiralling galaxies. So what our experiment proves is that the now accepted scientific view of creation is wrong.
Yeah, perhaps, Richard, although the party popper used at the dawn of time might have been a better one from a specialist party shop.
Well, turning away from science, perhaps the myths of the ancients from the world's many varied cultures hold the key. After all, the ancients are much older than you and I, and therefore wiser. And they did live in ancient times, which was around when it all started, wasn't it? So what did they think?
The superstitious Catholic French believed that the universe was created when clouds of foul smells solidified into matter. This explains the French national creed of going unwashed at all times, as a mark of respect to smells.
It is an Eskimo myth that the universe was created by a penguin. Ancient scrolls describe how the tiny, super-dense, flightless bird suddenly exploded, hurling atomic particles through the cosmos to form planets and swirling galaxies.
When it's spring again, I'll bring again.
The Dutch still believe their legends, which suggest that the universe is actually yet to be created, and that we're all living in a strange pre-creation hinterland antechamber where nothing happens. Obviously their beliefs have been shaped somewhat by living in Holland.
The Germans believe that the Earth and all the universe was created especially for them. Or so you'd think by the way they carry on.